Good afternoon, Wildcat families. My name is Nikki Jenkins. I have the pleasure of working with parents and families here at the University of Kentucky. And on today's Cat Chat Live, we are going to be talking about all things family weekend. So if you have questions, if you are still trying to figure out what your schedule is going to be, now is the time to ask those questions, and we will try to answer as many as we can during our time together. To ask questions, all you have to do is put them in the comments, and my colleague Nancy will be helping me to answer as many as we can. Nancy, would you like to introduce yourself?
Good afternoon, everyone. It's good to be with you today and with my colleague Nikki to talk about Family Weekend. Put your comments, put your questions in the chat. Nikki will be going through a presentation and I'll be funneling her questions, and we'll make sure you get the information you need to have the best weekend possible with your Wildcat and your family on campus.
Excellent, excellent. All right, so to kick things off, Family Weekend is a little over a week away. It is September 22nd through the 24th. And today we're going to be covering a couple of different things. We're going to be talking about what to expect for Family Weekend, where to park, because we know that is on top of your mind, where to park during Family Weekend, where you can find information about some of our scheduled events, and we'll talk about some of the new things that we're doing this year. And then, of course, we will take questions from all of you. Now, just note that this will be recorded, and we will make it available to you through Facebook and also through YouTube after this presentation. So if you missed something, that's okay. You'll be able to go back through and watch it again. All right, let's talk about what to expect during Family Weekend. Now, as many of you know, this Family Weekend is looking a little different because we are hosting Family Weekend while the Cats are playing football at Vanderbilt in Nashville. And so programming is going to look a little different, but I'll be honest, I'm really excited about it. I think we have a lot of really great new things planned, and hope that you are excited about not battling the SEC football parking that you would normally battle when you come. So very excited about that. But that's not to say there will not be lots of people in Lexington and on campus. You should still expect that there will be a lot of people walking around. You should still expect that you will need to take some extra time to get to parking and get to the various events. So go ahead and plan that extra time into your schedule, and to make sure that you know where you need to go and when you need to be there. We have a lot of family-friendly events and activities, so there's lots for kids as well as adults. So want to make sure that if you have kids coming, that they are also really excited about the fun things that we have planned. You're going to see a lot of blue on campus that weekend, and we encourage you to wear your best UK gear, right, around to show your support to your student and to the university. You will receive a Family Weekend t-shirt, which I'll talk a little bit more about, that you can add to your big blue wardrobe, but definitely encourage you to come decked out in your UK gear. And then really important note that during Family Weekend, we have a good time, rain or shine. So any outdoor event that's going to be going on will probably still be going on, even if it's raining a little bit. Now, if there is a need for us to move indoors, we will absolutely communicate that with you through our mobile app, which again, we'll talk about in a little bit, through our email and through social media. So you'll want to make sure that you are connected to all three of those platforms. All right, let's get the nitty gritty of parking out of the way first. We are going to have a lot of parking options on campus during Family Weekend. So no need to be nervous about that. But it is, again, a good idea to come prepared and know where you're going to park. So during Family Weekend, families will not necessarily need a parking pass, except for in ADA parking spots, right? And there's going to be a lot of different places to park on campus. the Cornerstone lot, which is where you probably parked for orientation or for some other events, on the corner of South Limestone and Avenue of Champions, will be available and open and free for families beginning on Friday. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Families will also be able to park in employee lots around campus beginning after 4 p.m. on Friday. So there will be lots of opportunities there. Kroger Field is also going to be available for parking. So if you are coming out to an event out by Kroger Field on Friday night, you can just pull right up to Kroger Field and park in maybe the green lot or the blue lot would probably be the closest areas for you. You will not need a parking pass for that, and that will just be available for you there. There's also ADA parking available all over campus. But you'll want to have your ADA parking pass for those spots. And if you have someone in your party who needs to just be dropped off at an event, there are places at most events where you can just pull right up to the event and drop someone off right next to the event. So feel free to do that if that's something that you need to do. I put together a little handy dandy map of some suggested parking areas on campus for you based on where some of our major events are. So here on the screen, you'll see a parking map. The stars are where some of our major events are going to be. And the circled parking areas are just suggestions for where you might want to park depending on the location. Now, as I said, the E-lot parking will be available after 4 o'clock on Friday. So any of the E-lots on this map, which are blue, red, or purple, are available to you throughout the weekend. So know that there's lots of options and opportunities for you there. If you have any questions about parking or any issues with parking, you'll want to contact UK Transportation, and they would be happy to assist you in those. Nancy, any questions so far?
No questions so far, but I put the Transportation Services website in the comments, and they're always a good source of information when you're visiting campus. There's also good signage at the entrance to every lot. So if you ever have a question about whether you can park there or not, make sure you check that sign, and it'll have those hours that Nikki mentioned. It'll tell you what kind of parking permit you need to have. So just note that signage. And again, the website for Transportation Services is a good source of information too. But Nikki, I love your map.
Great. I love a map. I love a helpful map. All right, other opportunities for transportation throughout Family Weekend. Families are welcome to ride the bus with their students around campus during Family Weekend. On Friday, the blue and white routes will go until midnight. And on Saturday and Sunday, the yellow route will be operational from noon to midnight. So that's an opportunity, kind of a fun way for you to learn how the bus systems work and ride the bus with your student. The other perk that we are offering to all Family Weekend registrants is a voucher for Uber. It's 25% off of an Uber ride during Family Weekend. You can access that voucher through the Family Weekend mobile app, which we'll talk about here in a minute, and be able to claim that ride. It's just one voucher per person on the app. But definitely something that we'd love for you to utilize to get around town. Specifically, if you were going to the Festival Latino downtown throughout the weekend, that might be a really convenient way to get to that downtown area without having to park if you're worried about parking for that event. Right. Now, I mentioned the UK Guides Family Weekend app. That app is now available. If you are watching this presentation on a computer, then you can use your phone to scan this QR code, and it will take you right to where you can download the app. If you are watching this presentation on your phone, then you can look up the Family Weekend website, and there will be a link there to download the app to your phone. The app is really, really helpful. It's going to be the best place to find a full schedule of events that'll be going on during Family Weekend. You can even build your own event schedule and itinerary within the app, which is really helpful. There is a link to discounts for local restaurants and attractions around Lexington. Thank you to Visit Lex for providing that link for us. They have like a little passport that you can go on and get some really good information about discounts around town. So definitely want to take advantage of that. Of course, the Uber voucher will be on the mobile app, as well as maps and tour information for all of the different tours that we are going to be hosting throughout Family Weekend. The app is also a great way to stay connected to our social media. And again, any sort of changes or updates that need to be made, we will be sending out through social media throughout Family Weekend. And then an important thing to note when you're downloading the app, make sure you turn on the notifications to receive important updates and events of the events. So your app will ask you if you would like the notifications to be on. Make sure that you're turning those notifications on, because that's going to be a great way to stay in touch with what's happening. All right. So as I said, Family Weekend begins next Friday. However, check-in for Family Weekend starts on Thursday, September 21st. Check-in is a really important part of Family Weekend. It's the point where you or your student can come and pick up any materials that you need for Family Weekend. It's where you will receive a whole bunch of different swag items, t-shirts, etc. But also just making sure that we know that you're here and we can help answer any questions you may have. So check-in, again, is on Thursday and Friday. On Thursday, we will be in the Cat's Den, which is in the Gatton Student Center on the first floor. It's kind of tucked away behind the Subway and Chick-fil-A. So if you have been on campus, I'm sure you have been over to that area for Champion's Kitchen and then Chick-fil-A. But if you keep walking down that hall, it will be the Cat's Den, and that's where we will be on Thursday from 9 to 5, and on Friday from 9 to 12. Now on Friday from 1:30 to 6:30, we are going to shift check-in and we're going to move over to Kroger Field, because that evening we're going to have a bunch of opportunities for families to experience at Kroger Field. So that check-in will be at gate 12. The closest parking to that check-in will be the blue lot. But again, you can park anywhere in the K lot during that time on Friday. So at check-in, what do you need? What do you need to check in? What are the things that you need to bring with you, or you need to have for your student to bring? First thing, we need the name and the email address of the person who registered for Family Weekend. That could be you. You could have registered under your student's name. So look at your registration, see who you registered it under, and make sure you have their name and email address. The second thing we will need is either a BB Involved event pass, which your student will have, or the name and UK email address of your student. Now, if you are coming to check in, or you're coming to Family Weekend and you're coming in maybe late on Friday or Saturday morning, we suggest sending your student to check you in. Have them go to check in, get all of your materials, get you all ready to go, so that when you show up, you'll have everything you need to start having fun, right? Definitely encourage your student to do that. And again, all they will need is their BB Involved event pass and the name and email address of the person who registered you for Family Weekend. Just a quick note, because this question has come up quite a bit. UK students do need to be registered for Family Weekend. So if your student is participating in Family Weekend, they do need to be registered, and registration is still available right now. Now, when you register, you are going to get what we're calling our Family Weekend VIP event pass. And here's a picture of it on the screen. They'll have a place for you to be able to write your name and where you are from, so that you can connect with other family members throughout Family Weekend. Also at check-in, this is where you're going to pick up your lanyard that will go with your event pass. We will have a swag bag of goodies, and it's also where you will pick up your Family Weekend t-shirts that you that came with your registration, or the t-shirts that you purchased separately. This is a picture of our Family Weekend t-shirt design for 2023. This is an exclusive first look at that design. We're really excited about it. Think it's going to be a really fun year to see all of our Wildcat families wearing this t-shirt. So definitely pick it up during check-in and wear it throughout Family Weekend. Also an important thing to note before we move on, the VIP event pass and lanyard is something that you will want to wear throughout family weekend. It will be the way that you get into events, the way that you can, we can find you and know that you are a part of the family weekend community. So make sure that you are wearing that throughout family weekend. Also during family weekend, the Big Blue Pantry is going to be hosting a food drive. Now, the Big Blue Pantry is our student-run campus pantry in the basement of Whitehall. Any student with a valid UK ID can utilize the pantry to pick up free food, toiletries, goods, things that they maybe need or have forgotten to bring with them. And so we definitely want to promote this food drive to our families. We will be picking up items, donated items on Thursday and Friday during check-in in the Cat's Den. So bring those food items and we'd be happy to take those and give those to the Big Blue Pantry. I think it's going to be a really great way to give back to some students that maybe need a little extra love during this time of year. Great. Like I said, we have a lot of really fun events going on during family weekend. So I thought we would go through and break down the 3 major days of family weekend. Friday, September 22nd, we have everything from different tours around campus to a Pick Your Path, which is a series of events that our campus partners are hosting to help you and your students learn more about services and resources on campus. These are really, really fun opportunities to meet some of our faculty and staff. So highly encourage you to come and join those events. More information about all of these events, of course, can be found on the Family Weekend website and the mobile app. A couple of big new events that are coming up that I think a lot of families are going to be excited about. All are taking place out at Kroger Field. The first one is a tour of Kroger Field. So a little behind the scenes tour of a portion of the field. So if you are really into, watching cats and want to see kind of how some of the production and things work behind the scenes, we are going to be doing a tour of part of the field. And so those tours are first come, first serve. And will be taking place from 1:30 to 4:30 on Friday. We will have tours going about every 15 minutes, and each tour can take about 20 people. So if you are really excited about coming out for a tour, you'll want to come out early and get a place on that tour. I think it's going to be a really fun way to see some of the behind the scenes things. Later that evening, we are hosting a new event that we are calling the Wildcat Family Huddle. And this is an opportunity for you and your students to actually walk on the football field. We are going to have various games and photo opportunities out there on the field. And it's really going to be sort of the big kickoff to all of the fun that we're going to be having for the rest of the weekend during Family Weekend. Gates open for the Wildcat Family Huddle at 4:30 p.m. and then we will actually start the program at 5. So we ask that all families be on the field and ready to go by 5 p.m. You will need to check in before you attend this event. So we will have a check-in area available at Kroger Field for you to do that. So if you are going to check in and come to this event, you might want to come a little early to make sure you go through the check-in process before we get started. Other great events and opportunities around campus, the colleges, we have about 6 colleges that are going to be hosting events throughout the weekend. Of course, UK Volleyball is going to be playing out at Rupp Arena. And the exciting thing about UK Volleyball is that students obviously are going to be free, but they can bring guests with them, up to 4 guests with them to the volleyball game. So if you are interested in going to volleyball, you can just go with your student and they can help you get into the volleyball game. There's also parking out at Rupp Arena for Family Weekend as well. So make sure that you go a little bit early to get the better parking spots for that. And then late night on Friday, we have our Think Fast Trivia. This we are bringing back from last year because it was so successful. And this year we are calling it the Siblings Showdown. So if you have multiple students or multiple kids who are going to be with you, this might be a great time for maybe younger children, younger siblings, to compete with their college sibling on some trivia. Winners win cash prizes, so it's a really fun way for families to hang out and experience some fun trivia together. Right, on Saturday, September 23rd, again, we keep the fun rolling. In the morning, the Visitor Center will be hosting campus tours. You can sign up for campus tours on the Family Weekend website, and you want to make sure that you sign up for those ahead of time so that they know that you are coming. Dance Blue, one of our student organizations, is going to be out at the William T. Young Library with an event where they're going to let you kind of check off your Dance Blue bucket list. There's going to be lots of fun things happening out there. Lewis Honors College will be doing an open house in their space. So if you are part of the Honors College, that's a great opportunity to go and meet some faculty and staff from that college. The two major events that we have over the weekend, over on Saturday, are going to be our tent party and game watch. As of yesterday, or maybe the day before, we found out that the UK versus Vanderbilt football game will kick off at noon, which just happens to be the time that our tent party will also be happening. So that was a great occurrence. We're excited about that. So our tent party this year is going to be out at Stoll Field, which is the field right next to the Student Center. So if you have ever been to the Student Center and you've seen the parking lot right next to it, we will be in that parking lot and the field right next to it. So parking for the tent party is going to be a lot easier. You can park at the Cornerstone lot, Memorial Coliseum, anywhere around that area for the tent party. During the tent party, we have a band called Zack Attack. They are a 90s cover band who are going to be playing out on Stoll Field. Of course, we have some really fun tailgates, food. We have a great menu that is also available online for you. There will be gluten-free options for those who need them as well. Kona Ice will be out there. We will have kettle corn popping, inflatables, cornhole competition, all kinds of fun going out on Stoll Field at the tent party. At the same time, we will be hosting a game watch event over in the Student Center, so right next door. So if you really want to watch the football game, you can also do that. We will have the game playing in Worsham Cinema, in the Grand Ballroom A, and on the social staircase, as well as the Cat's Den. So lots of opportunities. In Worsham Cinema, they're going to be doing bingo with the game, which will be really fun. In the ballroom, we will be doing door prizes, and there will be snacks in that space as well. But it's just a really fun way to kind of watch the cats play with other Wildcat families. After the tent party, we are hosting a series of what we are calling family reunions. These are opportunities for you to get to know some of the groups that your student might be affiliated with. We have family reunions happening through residence life, through fraternity and sorority life, and through our first generation office as well. And all of that information is available on the website. And then, of course, Festival Latino Day Lexington will also be happening throughout the weekend in downtown Lexington. And so we really encourage families on Saturday night to go down to the festival and experience all of the food and music and excitement of that festival. We will have a table down there and be giving away different activities books and really getting to know the community in that space. So hope that you will join us for fun. And it's a great time to use your Uber voucher discount so that you can Uber down there. And then later that evening on Saturday, we will UK Alumni is hosting an outdoor movie out at Alumni Commons. They're going to be showing Top Gun Maverick, and of course always fun events come out of UK Alumni, so encourage you to check that out as well. Then on Sunday, we have a couple of new things happening. We are seeing a return of a Taste of the Kentucky Donut Trail. This is a really fun tradition that was started many years ago now, where we bring in donuts from local bakeries for families to taste and vote on their favorites. So we are excited for families to come back for Taste the Kentucky Donut Trail, to experience a little bit of what the local donut scene is like here in Lexington. The new event that we are hosting is called the Family Weekend Wellness Retreat. And so since we're going to pump everyone full of sugar, we're also going to talk about health and wellness, because it's all about balance, right? And so during the Donut Trail event, we will also be hosting a series of wellness events in the Student Center. If you haven't gotten your flu shot, this is a great opportunity for you to come and get a free flu shot and just get that taken out of off of your plate. And those will be happening in the Cat's Den, starting at 8 a.m. We have chair massages that will be happening throughout the wellness retreat, which we're really excited about. That's probably my favorite part of the wellness retreat. We have a yoga class. If you and your student want to come and experience yoga, you can be a beginner. This is a beginning yoga class. You don't have to have any experience. We will have free yoga mats for participants. So you'll want to come out and just try yoga for the first time. It's a great time to do that. We're going to have a Koru mindfulness class, a demonstration. So if you are not really sure exactly what mindfulness is, or you want to see what resources are out there for your student, this is a great opportunity to learn a little bit about Koru. Our Walk with the Doc, this is an opportunity for you to get to know one of our physicians here at the university and learn a little bit about services that are available for your student while you take a nice little walk around campus. We will have a resource fair, a photo booth, presentations about UK Invests. So if your student hasn't signed up for UK Invest and they're still kind of on the fence and you have some questions, this is going to be a great time to learn more about that. And then to kick off and then to end the whole family weekend, volleyball, of course, we'll be playing Tennessee at 3 p.m. Out at Rupp Arena. So it's going to be a jam-packed weekend of events and fun. And we hope that you will come and pick and choose the events that you really want to go to. Of course, we would love for you to come to all events, but also know that you're also going to want to have time with your students. Your students are going to want to go out to dinner. They're going to probably ask you to take them grocery shopping or, out to the mall or whatever it might be. So we encourage you to really turn this weekend into whatever is going to be best for your students and for you, and enjoy things. Yes, we have a question.
Yes, Nikki, Mike is asking how late flu shots will be available on Sunday.
Oh, that's a great question. They will be available until 1 p.m.
All right.
8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Any other questions?
So I've responded to a lot of the other ones. Angie had a question about check-in, and I recommended sending her student over since she won't be there until a little bit later in the day on Friday at Kroger Field. Also a good option for her. And then Karen was asking about ability to get into the volleyball match without a student present. And so to use that free student admission, it involves having your student with you. I know that my family is excited about family weekend. My kids are kind of picky about what campus events they want to come to with mom, but they have very much asked about coming to the tent party and coming to the donut event. Those are some of their favorites. And I can anticipate during the tent party that they'll be running back and forth from Stoll Field and Zack Attack and all the fun happening outside the Gatton Student Center, and then running into the Student Center to check the score of the football game as well. So we're fortunate that those two events are taking place so close to one another so that you can enjoy both at the same time.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that could not have worked out better. So perfect. If there's any other questions, feel free to put those in the comments and we'll be happy to help you answer those either here or we can answer them later, of course. During family weekend, if you need to get a hold of either me or Nancy, email is going to be the best way to reach us. Really starting on Friday morning, because we will be working check-in, we'll be working all of the events, but we'll have our phones available so that we can email and respond to you as soon as we possibly can. Until that time, you are welcome to give us a call in the office. And we'd be happy to answer your questions. Obviously, the parents@uky.edu is the best email address to reach us. As I said before, the schedule is available on the website. It's also available in the mobile app. We encourage you to look at both of those schedules and make sure that you have everything you need before coming in. Nancy, when you've been doing family weekend, we've both been doing family weekend for a long time. What do you think, in your experience, what do you think families really gain the most out of coming to family weekend and participating?
Yeah, my favorite thing about family weekend is seeing the families just have fun together on campus. And sometimes that's doing the events that we have planned, and sometimes it's not. It's also a chance for families to get to see what life is like for their Wildcat on campus. And so explore the places that they go and meet some of the people who are part of their lives here. It's also a really fun time to explore Lexington, try new restaurants or go back to favorites, to check out different local attractions. So I know that that's always one of my favorite things to chat about with families is what restaurants they love or what restaurants they want to try and to make recommendations. So yeah, it's just a lot of fun to see all of the families on campus, to see the younger siblings who are excited to check out college life and see what their older sibling or cousin or family member has been up to.
Absolutely. And if you need some suggestions on maybe where to eat or where to go or what other attractions are available, that visitlex.com website is going to be key, right? They have all the information about restaurants, about horse farms, about other opportunities and attractions going on. So if you're looking for a real Lexington experience, I would start there with planning any outings that you're going to have with your family.
Yeah, and I put the link to the Visit Lex website in the comments earlier in today's chat.
Perfect.
So Katrina's asked us a question about registering or RSVPing for the tent party. So could you clarify how that works?
Absolutely. So if you have registered for family weekend, we are counting you for the tent party. You don't necessarily have to RSVP for any of the events for family weekend. However, if you go into the mobile app and you select that you're going to attend certain events, that does help us a little bit in making plans. So definitely encourage you to go ahead and build your schedule in that mobile app, just to help us with as we plan and make sure that we have enough for everybody. But if you have registered, then you have sufficiently RSVP'd for events. That's a great question.
Yeah, so if families realize that they haven't registered their student, or maybe another family member has heard about the fund and wants to join, how could they add someone to their registration at this point? Or if they have not registered for family weekend at all, can you talk about how that works and how they can still participate?
Absolutely. So to register for family weekend, you're going to want to log into our Cat Chat family community, and that link is on our family weekend website. The Cat Chat family community is new this year, and it's our communication hub and our portal for all things parents and families. When you log into that Cat Chat family community, on the homepage, you're going to see a link that says register now for family weekend. If you haven't registered, you can click that button and start registering. If you have registered, when you click that link, it will take you to your previous registration page. If you scroll to the bottom of that page, there is a link that asks if you would like to add additional registrants to your package, and you can do that there. So it's a pretty simple process once you get in there and see it. Registration right now, we are in late registration mode, so it is $65 per person. And we are somewhat limited on the number of registrations we can have based on the number of t-shirts that were ordered. So just note, if you want to come to Family Weekend, go ahead and register as soon as possible, just to make sure that we have everything we need for you when you arrive to campus. Great question.
Yeah, and I love that you put in the plug for the Cat Chat family community, because it's been about 3 months since we launched it. And we're very excited about its features, the ability to customize your newsletters and how often you get newsletters from us. And so we really want families to be taking advantage of all of the features of that portal. Another good source of information, particularly if you're looking for recommendations on things to do in Lexington or restaurants to try. Certainly your student will have opinions, but the UK Wildcat Families Facebook group is also a good place to ask for others. If you even go into the group and search, you'll find plenty of other conversations about, again, favorite things to do in Lexington, restaurants, and all that good stuff.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's always good to ask other families who have been through this before. Absolutely. Any last minute questions, Nancy?
I just put that in the comments. We've answered everything that's been asked of us so far, but definitely happy to answer any last minute questions. We'll continue to monitor the comments after the live chat's over today. So if you're joining us not live, we'll still get to your comments and your questions, but it may take us a little bit longer just because we're not watching Facebook. We're running around getting last minute preparations made for Family Weekend, but we'll sure get you the information you need. And again, the website and the UK Guides mobile app are both really good sources of information as well.
Well, we appreciate everyone coming out to Cat Chat Live today. And again, this will have been recorded, and we'll go ahead and post it as soon as we are finished with the presentation. We'll be happy to answer any questions that you have that come up. And of course, you can email us and give us a call as well. We are very excited about Family Weekend. It is my favorite time of year. And so I'm just thrilled that all of you are going to be coming to campus, and hope that you're going to have such a great experience and make a lot of fun, special memories with your Wildcats. So enjoy the week, and we will see you next Friday. Have a great day. Go Cats.